Hi, this is George Alger. Welcome to today's segment of Our Ventura TV. Today we're going to be speaking about homelessness in Ventura County. And joining us is Jennifer Harkey from the Ventura County Executive Office. Welcome, Jennifer. And what can you tell us about the current state of homelessness in the county?
Yeah, thanks for having me, George. So over the past 2 years during the pandemic, unfortunately, we've seen a significant increase in homelessness countywide. From 2020 to 2022, based on our homeless count that we do every January, we saw a 25% increase.
Wow.
Right. So many more are sheltered currently, mostly because of crisis response through FEMA funding at the federal level. So thankfully, we've had more shelter beds to offer people. However, we still have a large number of individuals who are living on the streets.
Wow. Okay. Can you speak to the programs that are either implemented or being implemented to help alleviate this?
Yes, so we have many programs locally that receive funding through the Ventura County Continuum of Care. There are continuums of care across the nation that are funded under HUD, Housing and Urban Development. We also receive funding through the state of California. And most recently, during the pandemic, we've received more resources, which has been really beneficial for us to be able to get those funds out to local organizations. We have 34 partner nonprofits and also county agencies that offer services. Some of those programs would be street outreach, rapid rehousing, which is like security deposits and rental assistance. We also have permanent supportive housing for those that may have disabilities and need to have that support system, right? Case management ongoing. We also have what we call homelessness prevention funding to help prevent someone from losing their housing. So sometimes somebody's income may have decreased. Maybe they were affected by the pandemic, or there are other factors that may require uh, additional funds to help keep them housed. And we also have funds for emergency shelters. And the greatest number of shelter beds that we've had over the past year has been through Project Room Key, which are motel vouchers funded under the crisis response.
Okay. Now, that's a lot of programs. I'm not sure that we'll be able to cover them all in this brief interview, but um, if there's one that you could elaborate on, could you do so?
Yeah, I would say permanent supportive housing is one of those that many people aren't really aware of, or what exactly does supportive housing do? It provides wraparound services for people, right? It brings in case management. It helps people connect to their healthcare system, mental health, substance use treatment. All of those types of services are brought to individuals in supportive housing. And we have an amazing retention rate because we bring services to individuals in those units. Now, that's the greatest need right now. We've seen a huge increase in the number of chronically homeless individuals that need supportive housing. That means they've been on the streets at least a year or longer and have a disability of some sort. Could be physical, mental, developmental. And supportive housing is what Home Key at the state is actually helping us to convert motels into housing. Home Key funding is something we've never had before. We're really excited about being able to convert some motels, Oxnard, the city of Oxnard, the city of Thousand Oaks, and another round of funding will be coming this year to be able to convert more.
Now, when you mention the word convert, does that mean that these are motels or hotels that are no longer being used that need some kind of renovation?
Correct.
Ah, okay.
Yes. So they would be rehabbed or converted into actual housing units. And the majority of chronically homeless individuals we have are either singles or couples. So motel rooms would work.
Okay, very good. Now, Jennifer, can you comment on, let's say, the different types of homeless people that are in Ventura County? Certainly, you have mentioned those that are chronic and that are disabled and need special services, but I imagine that there are folks perhaps who have only recently become homelessness based on the number of increased homelessness that you mentioned earlier.
Yes, absolutely. We have had an increase in the number of first-time homeless. We do ask those questions through our homeless management information system. So when someone calls out for help, either through Interface 211 or through one of our local agencies or a street outreach service, we ask when did they become homeless and where. And the majority of individuals here in Ventura County became homeless here. And the main reason is really the inaffordability, right, of housing. Um, we have an issue with affordable housing here in our region. We have been working with the United Way on landlord engagement to be able to offer incentives to landlords and property managers. So we're trying to get creative in ways that we can find more units for people.
Are some of these people that are particularly first-time homeless folks that are actually working and just can't find or afford any kind of housing?
Yes, many times the amount or their wages do not add up to living wages, right? So we're looking at lower wage, low income households who may be sharing housing for a long period of time with other households or other individuals, renting rooms. Even a room for rent these days is around 1,000 or even if not more a month. You have many individuals who may be on Social Security only, and they make around 800 a month. So that is a huge issue for us to be able to transition people out of shelter or out of Project Room Key and into housing units.
Very good. Jennifer, I wonder if you could comment, at least from your perspective, on the future. What is the outlook for homelessness in the county?
Yeah, so because of the state resources, the increased amount of funding we've been able to receive through grants, uh, we have this unique situation right now with the addition of units through the motel conversions. We also have more shelters coming online, transitional housing for youth, like transitional age youth, 18 to 24. And we also have an increased number of people fleeing domestic violence, even over the past 2 years. And we did receive a grant here locally for the Coalition for Family Harmony that will increase the number of transitional housing beds for families or individuals. And so just looking over this next year and what we can do with all of these new units, I think the opportunity is there to truly move people through and out of shelters, off of the streets, and really intentionally make sure that we're adding permanent housing units and not just additional shelter beds. We
Oh,
need solutions.
yeah, and although we're just about out of time here, I wonder if you could sneak in a quick comment on, from the county perspective or the county executive office perspective, is it conceived that there is, a path towards really eliminating homelessness, or the whole, the whole purpose is really just to ameliorate it?
Yeah, that would be our goal. Absolutely. We also have an issue with encampments, right? So many people who are unsheltered may be staying in encampments in areas where they're not in the city limits, right? They're outside of those limits so that they're not necessarily interfering with businesses or other things. But we have a lot of people who need to transition out and into either shelters or housing. So one new opportunity through the state is the Encampment Resolution Fund. And that's one thing we're going for this year, is to actually have a creative housing response to bring more resources here locally and truly make an impact. But in the long term, I would say prevention is going to be needed.
Well said. Okay, so we're out of time here. I wonder if you could just state the website that viewers could go to for more information.
Yeah, so the Ventura County Continuum of Care website is venturacoc.org.
Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, George.
This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.